Welcome back. It is exactly 12:54, which means that the interviews will overrun by approximately 10 minutes today. So please do stay with us. We have another very important interview that we need to cover on the show today. And that, of course, is with Hasanain Abdullah. He is Awqaf South Africa's project manager, and as I've indicated, an important discussion to be had today. So let's welcome you. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show, Hasanain Abdullah. Nice to be talking with you once again.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah for the opportunity, Auntie Julie. It's been a while. We are very
Yes.
excited here. This is a joint effort between two sister organizations, one of the longest standing charitable organizations in the space here in South Africa. That is Awqaf South Africa, and we're doing this jointly this time around with SANZAF, our sister organization. We will be hosting the Zakah Waqf International Conference, which has a distinct international flavor, as well as bringing some of the thought leaders from Africa and South Africa. We'll be talking about how these two philanthropic wings of Islamic social finance can work together to assist and address some of the socioeconomic challenges. We do have a very esteemed lineup of speakers. Professor Irfan Baik from Indonesia is making his way to South Africa. We do have some local ulama in the forms of Maulana Ibrahim Mokiburi, Maulana Muhammad Kaur. We have esteemed line of female speakers in the form of Amina Pastor, Sanzaf, Fairuz Mohammed, among some of the luminaries that will be sharing the insights. Molana Salman Friedrichs will be coming from Port Elizabeth, also as part of the speakers will be sharing the expert knowledge. So this conference aims to
Okay, let me ask you this very important question, Hasanain. What are the key themes being explored at the conference and why are they so relevant in today's context?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. So the conference aims to address two or three key themes. How can zakah for development be used to restore the dignity of the beneficiaries? How zakah can be used to uplift communities and restore human dignity? And we are going through we've experienced a quantum leap in terms of technology, and this is where we will explore one of the tracks. We'll explore digital tools in fintech and transparent giving as part of sound corporate governance. How we can use technology to ensure accessibility, efficiency, and accountability to our donors and the general public out there. And then there will also be one on sustainable Waqf projects and infrastructure. The Waqf that aims to be part of a sustainable, long-term kind of a means to empower communities and also move communities away from dependency, but in order for them to find their strength and their voice. And then finally, cross-sector solutions and public private partnerships, how we can amongst the charitable endowment community organization community, how the organizations can work together through collaboration, and also what does it look like working jointly with government and the private sector. Here's a very good example where organizations like Gift of the Givers and OCAF and others, SANZAF including, they are doing the work of the government, and how we can further strengthen this relationship to benefit some of the marginalized across South Africa.
Who should attend this conference and what will they gain from it, especially beyond the academic and NGO circles?
So look, this conference, if you are in business, lots of business are involved in these charitable organizations as donors, as drivers, and key stakeholders. So the business community is invited, as well as practitioners that work for Zakah organizations, as well as practitioners that work for Waqf organizations, as well as community organizations, stakeholders, and members and workers are invited. This is a very key opportunity to learn, engage, collaborate, and also it's a very good networking platform, as well as the academic community with academics that has been doing research papers, as well as postgrad students are encouraged to use this industry event as a means to draw inspiration from some of the keynote speakers and the panels, and also to be involved and engage critically during the two-way conversations that's going to be held during the panels.
You have a strong panel of scholars and experts. Could you highlight a few key speakers or sessions that listeners should look out for?
Yes, so we have speakers from international countries, including Indonesia, India, and as well as experts from across from South Africa, as well as from Africa. So we have Amina Pastor from Cape Town. She'll be speaking along with Raik Pandey, Richard Isa from Zimbabwe. And this will be a panel focused on frameworks and impact measurement in Islamic social finance. So there's a very strong academic kind of a focus in terms of the speakers that's going to be taking part and sharing their input. Then we do have a female, predominantly females on this track and theme. It's Maqasid Women Empowerment through Islamic Social Finance. Here we have Fairuz Mohammed from Sanzaf, Ruwaida Mohammed from Kenya, as well as Khadija Brown from Cape Town, that will be engaging in this very interesting discussion. Maulana Salman Fredericks, no stranger to some of the industry events and the media airwaves during Sharia compliance and governance in modern regulatory environment. He will be sharing some inputs, and we have Maulana Shafiq Jakura from KwaZulu Natal will also be engaging during this panel.
So, what are some of the outcomes the organization hope that this event will lead to in the long term for policy, for institutions, or for communities as a whole?
So there's a very strong thrust and a focus to have more impactful engagement and interventions, and lots of community organizations are individually doing their own effort, but we find that this is duplication. So we find that from small scale charities, charity efforts, when we do collaborate and having a joint kind of a charter, we are able to impact our beneficiary in a more cohesive and have bigger numbers and more impactful impact in terms of the social landscape. And the idea is also through data sharing with organizations in South Africa, across Africa, and internationally. Through data sharing and collaborative planning, this is how we can achieve that pitfall, and that pitfall is duplication. And overall, this is a great opportunity to provide a safe space to socialize, to network, and to also pitch ideas and acquire some sort of a seed funding for projects, and also the growth of some of the organization's footprints through the maturing of some of the flagship projects.
Finally, we're going to be wrapping up now, but how can listeners register for the conference? Where is it being held? And what are the costs involved?
So this conference will be taking place in Cape Town at the Islamia Auditorium. The dates are the 17th and the 18th of October. That's Friday, the 17th and the 18th of October, 18th being the Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. At the Islamia Auditorium, Lansdowne in Cape Town, at the Islamia Complex. It's quite accessible. We do have Salah facilities. Being in mind, it's the Friday and Saturday during the course of the day will be day two. It promises to be a very thought-provoking and insightful session of about 5 or 6 different panels, as I mentioned. Tickets are available via Quicket. Tickets are selling fast, so do secure your tickets for this event. To find out more information, you can log on to Quicket, and then you can just search for Awqaf and Sanzef Waqf conference. You can get your tickets over there. You can pay securely via credit card. Have a look at Awqaf SA on Instagram at Sanzef for some of the information around the speakers that are available. For more information, you can visit awqafsa.org.za for more information about this exciting industry event that's taking place on the 17th and the 18th of October at the Islamia Auditorium, Cape Town. We hope to see you one and all there. Jazakallah for the opportunity, Julie.
Inshallah, Ameen. And of course, I think it's an event not to be missed as far as community leaders are concerned, the community as a whole. And you also, earlier on in the conversation, you spoke about little organizations, one man, two man, little fundraising organizations. I think it's important for them to attend as well, so that, as you also rightly said, collaboration needs to happen to prevent and to overcome duplication, etc., so that there's the pie can be cut up into many more pieces. But I think this type of a conference is long overdue, and really hoping that I'll be able to talk to someone next week sometime to tell us how it went and what sort of outcomes we're going to be looking at, and timelines regarding different projects being put into place. So wonderful initiative indeed, and I know it's going to be a huge success. Thank you for talking to us, and all the best. Assalamu alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And that's where we leave it for today. Thank you indeed for your company. We do hope that you've enjoyed all of the interviews that we lined up for you. From me, Julie Ali, till next week, Monday morning, on News and Views. Take care on the roads. Have a wonderful week, and Khuda Hafiz.